Hello there, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully everything is all good with you today. Earlier, we got some interesting and somewhat exciting news. I mean, it could not really be a lot, in all fairness, or it could be the biggest news we've had in a very long time. I'm not too sure what to make of it at the moment. I'm kind of on both sides of it. I can see why it would be huge and also why it's not perhaps too major, but I think it probably is more on the biggest scale. So for those who aren't aware of what it is, obviously you can see the title Lucasfilm Games announced. So they've been around for a very long time now anyway, but there was a Lucasfilm Twitter account that would sometimes just retweet about Star Wars games. You know, they'd retweet EA Star Wars stuff, Lego Star Wars things as well. They just retweet a bunch of stuff related to Star Wars games. And then today we got the official announcement that they have rebranded that account and will be using that as a hub for Star Wars gaming content on social media called Lucasfilm Games. So EA Star Wars actually just retweeted that saying looking good Lucasfilm Games. So yeah, new year, new look. Welcome to our new and improved Twitter page for news and information from Lucasfilm Games. And if you go onto the actual Star Wars article, it reads this, and this is, I think, this is the exciting part, honestly. So it says Lucasfilm's legacy in gaming stretches back decades, and with Lucasfilm and a galaxy far, far away entering a new and unprecedented phase of creativity, so will the world of Lucasfilm Games, developed in collaboration with the finest studios in the industry. So that is pretty exciting. Now, whether this means EA lose exclusivity like they have at the moment, I don't know. It could be absolutely anything, really. I just think that at some point over the next few years, we will start to see more Star Wars games coming. I'm sure EA will keep the license that they have for the time being, because I think it was a 10-year contract. However, I do think maybe there were some changes to it, but either way, I think we're going to hopefully start to see more Star Wars games coming out in the future. But Eggboy, Frostbite, Yepper, and Red Sun, how you doing, guys? It's good to see you. And to anyone else who is in the chat, just lurking about, hope you're all having a good day so far. What do you all think of this news? Easy, hello there, hope you're doing well. So yes, what do you guys think of it all? Are you excited? What do you think we could see? Do you think it's nothing? Because this is the thing, like, we're going to get news regarding, we'll get news over the next few months with regards to Lego Star Wars, but I don't think we'll get any news for anything else. EA Play Live is like 5 months away now, I think. You know, it's around 5 to 6 months away for EA Play Live, which we'll probably get an announcement of, I think we'll probably get an announcement from EA with regards to a Fallen Order 2, because whilst we know they're working on another game, they haven't officially come out and said, hey, we're working Fallen Order 2, because they haven't actually done that yet. It's always just been, oh yeah, we're hiring for the Star Wars team, come work with us on a Star Wars game. So, I mean, yeah, like, we know we're getting another game, but they haven't actually come out and said anything with regards to what it actually is yet. It probably is Jedi Fallen Order sequel, but, you know, but apart from that, like, we don't really know what else is coming. Like, we'll hopefully get some more announcements from EA, but, you know, will we see anything from Lucasfilm Games over the next year or so? I don't know. I thought it was a cool little recap. The sizzle reel as well, actually, yeah, that was really cool. I like that. I'm not sure what to think of it, to be honest. I think it's probably just a way of Lucasfilm to add all games under their umbrella rather than under the EA umbrella. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, really. I mean, it just... one of the guys who's an assistant producer at, an assistant producer at Lucasfilm Games, he basically said, like, oh, we've been here we've been here all the time, but this is just a rebrand. But for me, like, although it's just a rebrand of that account, the fact that they said, we're moving into an unprecedented scale with Star Wars games, it's interesting. I don't really know what to think of it fully yet, but we'll see. Personally, I want Battlefront 3, but most likely won't happen. Yeah, I mean, I really want Battlefront 3 as well, but right now it's just not happening. Loads of people were thinking it was teased the other day, and it's just like, nope. Was surprised Yellow Academy was there at the last second. I get that Outcast and Academy were re-released on new stuff, but like, damn. Yeah, it was nice to see them acknowledge the older generation of games as well. Just, you know, show what has been done and also just what's been done recently as well, which is really cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Like, as much as I want to, you know, feel like, oh yeah, this could mean loads of more games. It could mean that EA isn't exclusive anymore with the Star Wars license. Like, we don't really know that yet. Like, it could literally be no change for a couple years still. So, yeah, we'll see. It is going to be very interesting. You know, EA, you know, will very much likely carry on working on Star Wars games for God knows how long now. But yeah, we'll see. Bird Chips, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I just want another FPS Star Wars and open world. I am with you on that one. I'm with you there. An open world bounty hunter game. It doesn't have to be Mandalorian, but an open world bounty hunter game is the game that I really want the most out of anything Star Wars, honestly. And then I really want a tactical shooter for Star Wars. So, you know, something like Rainbow Six Siege, but Star Wars. You know, I think something like that would be amazing. Like Clone Commandos and, you know, if you had Clone Commandos going up against Droid Commandos, something like that, like, would just honestly be amazing. You know, basically something like Cinematic Capture's recent virtual production short, like was it called Shadow of the Empire? You know, the one with Clone Commandos and the Commando droids dressed as clones. Like, that is literally the perfect. That is the perfect scenario that you could play in this like tactical shooter game. You know, you're a squad of Clone Commandos, and there's a squad of Droid Commandos holding like a senator hostage, and you just have to secure the senator. But the thing is, though, they could genuinely do story to that. Like, each scenario could genuinely be canon with like one. Yeah, okay, there could be two outcomes for it, but only one of them is canon, and that's always that. With a hostage situation, it could always be the case that the senator was captured. Oh, Shadow of the Republic, that's it, sorry. So, you know, it could be a case of the canon story is that these Clone Commandos enter the premises, destroy the droids, and, you know, take the senator back to the Senate building, sort of thing. But yeah. Just something like that would be really cool, or it could, you know, or it could be a bomb thing, perhaps, where the canon version is maybe that the droids do blow up a Republic depot. Like, it could, you know, it could be on all eras as well. Like, I'd love to see it on all eras, but if I had to focus on just one, I think it would probably be best if it was Clone Wars, to be honest. I just think it has the best situational. I just think it has the best situational potential in terms of like types of modes, types of things you can do. I think it'd be cool if Lucasfilm partnered with multiple publishers. To be honest, whilst EA's games like Squadrons, Fallen Order, and Battlefront are great games, I feel like Star Wars games aren't coming out as often as I would like. Would be nice if they brought more publishers on board. That said, EA have many great studios, and I hope they keep their license. Yeah, I'm really in the same boat, to be honest. Frostbite, like, I think EA have done a fantastic job with the games that they have released. It's just they haven't really released a lot. They've released 4 games. Well, 5 if you include Galaxy of Heroes. So they've added like 4 big AAA titles, but then they've added a mobile game as well. And that's all they've done in the last, well, 7-8 years now, really. Like, obviously games take plenty of time to produce, you know, which is obviously totally fine, but it's a shame that we've had so little, to be honest. Like, with Star Wars games many years ago, you would see loads of games coming out, and now it's less so. Like, games are far more complex now than they were back then, so they are going to take longer to produce. They're going to be more expensive. So, like, I can understand why it has slowed down a bit, but obviously I do think we could maybe have seen more, and we have had some games that have been cancelled, obviously, with the Visceral game being canned, and then that moving to another studio, which then got canned as well. So, you know, it is a real shame to see that. But yeah, LucasArts made a ton of games back then. Yeah, but it's worth noting that LucasArts was the publisher, and they had multiple studios in the lineup for that. It wasn't a case of LucasArts developed all those games. LucasArts published those games, but it was people like Rebellion and Pandemic that actually developed the games themselves. They weren't all part of one company like it is with EA. Hope Battlefront 3 has a Clone Wars campaign as a clone trooper living through the Republic, the Empire, and the First Order. If he's a fortunate one, or Battlefield 1 type campaign with historic. Dude, I honestly, like, if we ever do, like, I don't think we'll get a Battlefront 3 anytime soon, but should we get a Battlefront 3, I really want the campaign to be like Battlefield 1 with the war stories. Like, because I think someone being a clone and then a stormtrooper and then a First Order stormtrooper, I just don't feel like I just don't really feel like you can have much of a compelling story. I mean, you could have a compelling story with that, but like, I just don't really feel like that's the best way to go with a narrative. I'd love to see like war stories though, where, you know, maybe there's just one, or maybe there's like one or two characters per era, and with each era, you have 2 to 3 missions per character, and it's just their perspective on things. So maybe you play as like maybe you get to play as a battle droid or like a commando droid that actually like has a name or whatever, and he has some kind of significance in some battle within, you know, set within the Clone Wars. And then you play as like a, you know, even just a standard clone trooper or a clone commando or ARC trooper who also has some kind of significance in a battle. Like, you can bring in people like Grievous and Dooku and Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, or someone like that. You can bring those into them. You can bring them into those stories and have more canon content for them, which would be really cool. And then also like a stormtrooper or, you know, rebel soldier. They don't, and the thing is as well, like, they don't have to be special forces. Like, yeah, okay, special forces units provide a really awesome, like, can provide really awesome gameplay potential, but I feel like living the nitty-gritty life of a standard trooper could, you know, can definitely work. I mean, it worked in Battlefield, so, you know, like, a lot of things, you know, you are pretty much just like a standard trooper. Sometimes it is, like, I mean, most COD campaigns, you know, you are like a special forces unit, you know, Black Ops, and, you know, you're a special forces unit within the SAS and stuff like that. But, you know, even if you were just some random person within those lineups, I think it would be amazing if we could see something like that. Hello. No, that's my team. So, Blue Leader and Dangerous Spring, it's good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. I want a Clone Wars campaign where it goes into Order 66 and into the early days of the Empire. That would be really cool. I mean, we have seen a lot of Order 66, like, over the last few years, not just from games, obviously, but... And, like, the thing is, I love Order 66, but we don't need to keep on seeing Order 66 from all these different perspectives. Like, I mean, I'd love to, don't get me wrong. Like, the more Star Wars content we get, I don't really mind when it's from, but I don't want everything to keep referring to Order 66. Like, I want to see more unique and new stories, to be honest. So, like, because if they release, like, 3 games, but they were all, like, Order 66 based, it'd be like, where, you know, get some originality. Like, there's plenty of stories to tell. War stories would be so insane, especially if it was as dark as something like Rogue One tried. Dude, like, that's the thing. It honestly would have so much potential. And the thing I love about Squadrons, the campaign in Squadrons, is that you get to play as both sides of the fight, and that's really what I want to see. Like, I'd love to see it in more games, to be honest, because I think the war stories concept that Battlefield 1 produced was such a solid idea. So I'd love to see that again, really. You've probably asked this a lot, but since you're more in the know with Star Wars games than I am, with Lucasfilm games, what do you think the chances are of Battlefront 3? I honestly don't think the chances of Battlefront 3 happening are any more significant than what it was right now. The thing with... the thing is... I mean, yeah, okay, Battlefront is obviously a Lucasfilm IP, it's not EA's, but I feel like if EA did Battlefront 1 and 2, it would be a bit weird for someone else to do, that's not even relevant to EA, to do Battlefront 3. Like, I just don't really feel like that makes too much sense, personally. So I don't think this whole Lucasfilm Games announcement has any significant impact on the chances of Battlefront 3 at all. Just a question, with Lucasfilm Game announcements today, do you think there's a world where they make 1313 and release it in a few years? No. I don't think so. No, I mean, like, I know LucasArts was closed and obviously EA came by, but the thing is if they were going to make, I mean, I guess, you know, there's always a chance, right? There is always going to be a chance, even if it's like a 0.0001% chance. That is still a chance. I just, you know, if they were to go and make 1313 now, they'd have to remake completely everything. Like, yeah, okay, they have all of those assets for and everything for what they did build, but in this day and age, with the way technology has evolved and updated and everything like that, that doesn't change. You know, that doesn't change anything. Like, they'd still have, well, sorry, with all the technological advancements and everything, they'd have to remake absolutely everything, because a game back in 2011 or whenever it was being made, like, you don't want to release a game in 2024 that looks like a game from, you know, 2010. You know, that's not something you want to be doing. So yeah, you'd have to just remake it, and it's, do we remake a game that, you know, we essentially cancelled partway through development, or do we make a completely brand new game? I mean, they could come back and be like, okay, yeah, we want to release 1313, and that would be cool. Like, I'd be all for it, but at the same time, it's how does 1313 fit into the canon now? Because, like, and like, I know it's a poor excuse, really, but with Disney and Lucasfilm, the way things have been moving for Star Wars the last, like, however many years, the way things have been moving, pretty much everything that gets released is canon. So, and they've been going that way for a very long time now. So it has, essentially, the story has to fit into the canon. Otherwise, they won't necessarily do it. I mean, they could just tweak it so that it does fit, but it's how much of that story would actually be able to be reworked and stuff. Can't wait to see Silo's clickbait thumbnail and title after today's announcement. There's going to be a lot of interesting things. Like, I'm going to be making a video tomorrow on it. Like, I've started writing the script for it. Like, I'll be making a video for it, and like, it is, you know, it is huge. You know, so don't, fully expect people to say huge news like Star Wars stuff. But if people go and say like, oh, new Star Wars games announced and all that stuff, then that's not true, because no games were announced. It was just the rebrand of Lucasfilm Games was, and of whatever it was before, to Lucasfilm Games. That's the thing that's announced. But what was said is that, what was said is that Lucasfilm, come on, what was said is that, you know, Lucasfilm and Galaxy Far Far Away, you know, are moving into a new and unprecedented, like, creative, you know, like a creative period of time. So, and as our games now, so like, we're obviously going to get more games, but there's just not been any new announcements for that yet. So we'll see. We shall see. Outcast, hello there, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Good old Arnie. Love it. Hey, Bootneck. Thank you very much for joining the Legion. Yeah. Much appreciated, my dude. Let's go. Yes, GN. Let's get some love for Bootneck, please. GN, spam the emojis. Love to see it. Thank you very much, Bootneck. Much appreciated. Lag. Oh. I'm lagging. Good evening, Night Sensei. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, there's probably quite a few up here. Oh, my lord. So yeah, I mean, there's you know, there will be clickbait. I mean, there's always clickbait. I mean, there was that whole GIF incident the other day, and people have clickbaited saying Battlefront 3 has been teased, even though it's not a tease. I mean, people are obviously going to think it's a tease, which like is fine. Obviously, everyone's going to have an opinion on it, but it's like it's not a tease. But by saying that it could have been teased and stuff like that, you're almost baiting people into potential false hope. Like I've seen a lot of comments on those videos saying like, "Oh my god, it's happening," and basically saying that like this is 100% a tease, and that basically confirms Battlefront 3 is happening. Like that's not the case, and stuff like that is really annoying. If people genuinely, if people haven't obviously okay, if people genuinely think it's been teased, then that's like totally fine, but it would just be great if people actually backed it up with, solid reasons and evidence as to why they think it's been teased, not just say, "Oh my god, I think it's been teased. Holy crap!" And what this could mean for the future, like, especially as like a bigger channel, like some of the channels that have covered it. If you're that kind of channel, then I feel like you have a responsibility to provide your audience with the news, but also with the reasoning behind reasonings behind why you feel that way. Like I said yesterday in the video that no, it's not being teased, and I said why I don't think it was, because firstly, I genuinely do believe people are looking way too much into it. But I also said that DICE are fully focused on Battlefield right now, which is a statement said by EA themselves. And that, Battlefront 2 still had content to release. Like Ben Walk has said several times before that had Battlefront 2 essentially not ended when it did, there was still community transmissions to release. I mean, there was this whole star card. There was still the whole star card loadout system that was really close to being finished for development, but it wasn't finished by the time the April update came out, so they couldn't finish it. So we would have had a CT for that and other content to come post that update. So you don't cancel a game when there's still content to come to suddenly change your mind like 6 to 8 months later and be like, yeah, sod it. We've got all our team working on Battlefield. Oh, but that only comes out in a year. We got plenty of time to then go and be like, yep, let's make Battlefront 3. That's not how a business will run. And yeah, that's my piece. Anyway, Battlefront Brothers, hello there, hope you're doing well. And what games are being announced? No games have been announced. It's just Lucasfilm games. So there was... I can't remember what the Twitter account was called first, because I always thought it was called Lucasfilm Games, honestly. I really did, but there was a Twitter account that basically, an official Lucasfilm kind of gaming account that today has been rebranded as Lucasfilm Games, and that's essentially going to be a hub for all things Star Wars gaming news on Twitter and Facebook. And they did say in an article today that with, Lucasfilm and the galaxy far, far away moving into a new and unprecedented creative period of time. So introducing all these shows and films and stuff, as will games. So no games have been announced yet, but they did essentially announce that more will be coming. So yeah, it's exciting, but nothing specific yet. SV, my boy. How's it going? I find the whole Battlefront 3 stuff hysterical. I do as well. If people genuinely think it's teased, then fair enough. But I just don't see how. It's like that confused look, and it's like that confused look. It's like, phew. Even though the guy is confused when he counts to 3. Oh, it's confirmed, or it's teased anyway. It's teased. What do you think of co-op? I like it. It's fun. The AI is good, and with double XP Saturday and Sunday, it's great. I like it, but the normal modes are great too. Co-op is a really good mode, especially for beginners. Co-op is absolutely fantastic. It's a really great way for beginners to really learn the game and to just find their footing, learn what everything does in the game, and then essentially prepare themselves for online. The good thing about it is, yeah, the AI are really challenging. they're not absolutely amazing, but they are really, they are strong. So it's fun for all skill sets, really. Like, you could be an absolutely incredible Battlefront player, and you can still have a fun time on it. You can dominate AI. It's fun. You could be a decent Battlefront player. Like, I personally feel like I'm a decent Battlefront player, not anything like insane, but just good. And I get quite a lot of kills, die a few times. It's fun. It's fun the whole time. Or you could be a really, really new, a massive noob, and you go into it. You're like, oh, this is quite challenging, but it can be fun because you can learn it and still get plenty of kills. SV, did you get in? Yeah, you did. Sweet. In 8 months, I get the 2-year badge. Hell yeah, GM. That's crazy to think, honestly. That is really crazy. Alexander, hello there. When will the stream end? In about an hour and a half, so 90 minutes, roughly. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, hello. So I'm just going to check something. Love Vista. American servers are filled with low-ranked people, and it's great to see. Yeah, like it's awesome. Like, the player base for the player base for this game is so new. I mean, this game has some. Okay, now is filling up a bit. More people have just joined, but yeah, it's awesome to see. Like, this game went from strength to strength with its updates, but even after the end of the game, it's still producing new players. I mean, obviously it was free to play. Well, the Celebration Edition itself did a fantastic job, like reintroducing a lot of players to the game, which was amazing, and obviously it would have made EA a lot of money. But then the game went on sale, not on sale. The game went free to play on PlayStation Plus. It wasn't the Celebration Edition though. It was just the normal game on PS Plus, so people could get, loads of people could get that for free, which they did, and you're still seeing really low-ranked players now from it, which is amazing. And again, that would have made EA even more money because it was only the normal edition, not Celebration. And then, the player base continued to rise because, ultimately word of mouth would have been a big thing when the Celebration Edition launched and when it came free on PS Plus and stuff. Like, people saying like, oh, actually this game is actually really good or whatever, that would have helped and gone a long way. And then obviously EA Play came to the Xbox Game Pass, so a lot of people might have seen Battlefront 2 and be like, oh, I've heard, alright things about this, or oh, I haven't played that since launch, wonder what it's like now, and then they'll go and play it. So that would have increased the player numbers. And then finally, as of Thursday, it's going to be free on Epic Games, like the Celebration Edition. So with all the like big content that you unlock with it, all the skins and stuff. So that's like going to be awesome for the PC player base as well. And the thing is as well is that all PC players play together, whether it's Steam, Origin, or Epic Games. You all play together. So yeah, the PC player base is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. What do you think of noodles? I like them so much. Noodles are great. When I was younger, I wasn't much of a noodle fan, but now I do like me some noodles. I had some Chinese like crispy beef and like homemade crispy beef and noodles the other day. It was lovely. It was very nice. Oh no. Ben Walk's thread today was a nice walk down memory lane. Dude, it was a nice walk down memory lane, but also it was really sad because I was reading through each update and I was like, oh yeah, I remember doing this on this update. Like when I saw the Dooku update like image, I was like, yeah, I remember that update. And the Capital Supremacy one, I did like a 6-hour stream for that with Benji, a rogue Jedi. Also Rogue Gaming now. Did a 6-hour stream with him. It was amazing, and yeah, like it was just going back through all like my bigger memories with the game and stuff like that, and just remembering the hype and like making videos on the news updates and stuff, and that was honestly an amazing feeling. But then like it got towards the end, I was like, oh no, like it was so sad. Like still to this day, I really wish it carried on, because we could have had so much more content. Like we really could have. And that's why I really hope we get Battlefront 3, because there is all this content that has potential. I mean, even now, but also just with all the new shows coming out, like that has heaps of content potential as well. So it would be a real shame if there was no large-scale Star Wars game to do that for. So yeah, we'll see. Are you going to read Light of the Jedi? I'm 20 chapters into it and I'm really enjoying it. I will do at some point. So no spoilers. I don't really read that much. I really need to finish Rebel Rising. My brother bought Light of the Jedi the other day and it arrived yesterday, I think. So yeah, it arrived yesterday. So I've got that. That's actually right here. You can't. I think you might be able to just see it, like that thing here. You can see. I think that's Light of the Jedi there. So I will be reading it at some point, but yeah. Now you're making me jealous for some beef noodles. Oof, I'm sorry. Jakey, I am very well, thank you. How about yourself? Good to see you again. Did you see that Ben said they knew before 2020 the game was going to stop having updates in 2020? I didn't see him say that specifically, but they would have known before the end of 2019 that the game was going to stop having updates. I think it was around December. I think it probably would have been around December time when they would have been told, because it's obviously not like a. It's not a. Yeah. So yeah, they knew before 2020. Yeah. So it would have been between like September to December that they would have found out the game was going to end. In 2020, it's obviously it's not a decision that's taken, like, it's not a light decision to make, and it's something that as a development studio you need plenty of time to prepare for. So yeah, so Battlefront 2 ending, yeah, would have been known by the developers for a good like 6 to 7 months beforehand. Yeah, when the Rise of Skywalker trailer released, they knew. Yeah, 100%. What's been announced? So nothing Obi-Wan has been announced yet. It's just the fact that Lucasfilm Games has been. Yeah, I feel like the fact, like the title Lucasfilm Games announced, like it's gonna draw some confusion because it's not like new Star Wars games have been announced. It's just Lucasfilm have now got a new, like, well, not a new division, but basically the Lucasfilm game division has today rebranded into Lucasfilm Games, and it's going to be a central hub to Star Wars games basically. So it was said today that like the films and TV shows, expanding so much over the next few years, the games will be doing that as well, which was awesome. So that's essentially that's the main announcement really, as well with the rebrand of Lucasfilm Games. So yeah, there's a lot of speculation as to whether or not EA is going to keep the exclusive license or whether other studios are going to get their chance at making Star Wars games as well or whatever. But right now it's just all speculation with regards to that. The first chapter was awesome. Yeah, I saw you say that. That's good to know. I've seen a lot of people say it's awesome. I know Sammy Boy's finished it, and yeah, he was saying it's a lot darker than he expected, and that he really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm keen to read it when I can. Speakle, hello there, good to see you. How's it going? Why am I on Reddit? Soz peeps. Lovely. Oh, hello. Kind of stole that kill, but it's cool. I'm sure they don't mind. Hey, Ace Gamer. How's it going, dude? Where are we? Anyone? Oh, hello, you're over there. Oh, it's the same dude I just killed. Kill him again. It's cool. So, Battlefront 3 pretty much confirmed up? Absolutely not. Hurt. Come on. Damn it. Oh, I can do anything. Let's go with the Ewok Hunter. Why not? We'll mix it up a little bit. Since the Lucasfilm Games sizzle reel showed 2 different versions of Knights of the Old Republic, Does that possibly mean those games are canon? No, absolutely not. Lucasfilm's game sizzle reel was simply showing that there were, and it wasn't Knights of the Old Republic. I think one of them was SWTOR and one of them was KOTOR. So it wasn't like, it wasn't both. It wasn't like two versions of KOTOR. No, it doesn't mean they're canon. It's literally all that game's real, all that sizzle reel did, Ace Gamer, was just show off what old, you know, what have happened so far with Lucasfilm, basically. Obviously, there's like way too many to have, but I think, but you know, just like showing off, giving off a flavor of what has been done. So that's all it really is. It's anything being Sims 4 was in there, you know, and Lego Star Wars was in there, so it's obviously going to make other things canon. What do you think of Donald Duck? I like him. Donald Duck is a fantastic character. He's great. Can't go wrong with some Donald Duck. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, we... Oh, no. Get him. Oh, no, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. No! Oh, it was Galaxy of Heroes and Source. Oh, yeah, Galaxy of Heroes was shown. Yeah, that had Revan in it. Yeah. And that game audio was glitchy. Is it still glitchy now? Or is it glitchy for anything else? It should be okay, but I'm not really entirely sure what to do otherwise. Priest, Don, what's up? You are super cool. Thank you. How's it going? Appreciate it. Where am I going? The wrong way, clearly. Oh, I'll go this way. Do it. Playing CS right now, Battlefront runs. Very nice. What area are you on? Clone Wars? Cheeky bit of OT. Maybe even sequel trilogy. Who knows?
Walker damaged.
I'm going into dangerous territory here, and it probably might not pay off. I mean, I got a kill, so that's fine. Completely duped him. He had no idea. Ah, the poor thing. Yeet. Okay, it paid off. I like it. Gravity, good to see you. Hopefully not. Clone Wars, nice. You should have way more subscribers. Well, it takes time and effort. It'll happen someday, but I just got to keep on pushing up with the content, and yeah. In time, perhaps the channel shall grow. I mean, I hit 3K hit 3K last week, I think it was, and yeah. So I'm making progress. Ah, melee. Yeah. Wait, what happened with Yepper? Did he die? No. Alright, we'll go with the Aerial. I love the Aerial. There are rumours floating around that Tamora Morrison will be returning as Commander Cody in the Kenobi series. I thought that, and think that would be amazing, honestly. I would genuinely love to see that. I really, really would. I think him coming back as Cody and like maybe Obi-Wan killing him or something would be like, I just feel like that'd be so cool. There's also people speculating whether or not a certain clone in the Bad Batch series is actually Cody as well, which I think would actually be quite cool, but I'm not sure. Like I would just love to see Cody again. It'd be really cool. Although the aerial guns are just the default weapons, I love them. Like, they feel great. Like, I love that. It's so, like, with the E11 especially, it's so satisfying. Like, it feels tight and... yeah, it feels good. We were having fun and someone ambushed us. Oh, no. That's a rip. I'm sorry, guys. This is where the fun begins. Oh, yeah. Oh, your lobby has only 6 golds in it. Damn. Nice.
But all they need to do is escape. We need to lock down the base
Oh,
before
oh, you're joking.
fight for the rebellion.
Fair enough. It's T21. Hey, I'm gonna head out probably. Read a Donald Duck magazine and sleep because I have school tomorrow. It was nice being here at the stream. Have a great day. Not a problem at all, Night Sensei. Enjoy the comic. Have a good sleep and have a good day tomorrow. Hopefully we will see you very soon. Appreciate you stopping in. Oh, hello. Nice. It's Mr. J. There was another rumor perfectly with that. That was a rumor floating around in that Vader and Cody will be hunting down Obi-Wan in the series along with flashbacks of Rex and Anakin with Cody and Kenobi. I haven't honestly seen that. I don't really look into too many rumors with Star Wars shows because, to be honest, I'd rather not know them than know them because, like, I'd like to go into the TV shows blind, really. I mean, if, like, there's a massive casting thing that gets picked up by Star Wars Newsnet, then, like, I'm gonna see it. So it's like, you know, that's okay, really. It's like, but yeah, I mean, I'd love to see, I would really love to see, like, Cody and Obi-Wan, just, you know, flashback. If we actually get to see proper flashbacks to the Clone Wars, that would, like, that would honestly make my day. Like, I'd love that so much. Especially if we got to see Ahsoka as well. Like, if we had a flashback with Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Anakin, and then they fight or something like that, like, it'd just be so cool. The only thing I will say that, just to me, that feels a bit odd is, like, it's been confirmed that Obi-Wan and Vader are gonna fight in the show, but I just don't really feel like that makes sense at the moment, because in Episode 4, Vader's like, when I left you, I was but a learner, now I am the master, and I just feel like, you know, that's always been, you know, a reference to Episode 3, so I feel like having them fight in the Kenobi show's gonna, like, hinder that line in a way, you know. It's going to be a bit more like, well, and this fight, bear in mind, is this show is 10 years after Episode 3, I believe. So, you know, he's had 10 years to train. Like, if he's still a learner, then, like, come on, man. Yeah, looks at Mando season 2 casting leaks, dude. Pretty much the entirety of Mando season 2 was spoiled for me because of casting leaks. Like, it's crazy. Like, oh, Katie Sackhoff's going to be playing Bo-Katan in Mando season 2. What? Okay, so Bo-Katan's going to appear in live action now. Rosario Dawson's reportedly being cast for Ahsoka. That's Ahsoka spoil. It's like, you know, and Temtem coming back as Boba Fett. It's like, you know, as cool as it is, and, you know, as amazing as it was to witness in season 2, it's just like, I don't really want to know this, really, because that's, like, a lot of spoilers, really. So, you know, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Is it still Endor? It is. Let's go Officer. Why not? Why not? That's the only way I see it happening. Yeah, I don't know. Cool, lots of information. That's lovely. Right, the casting leaks kind of ruined the hype for season 2. I'm just glad the last 3 episodes of the season were top tier. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you have casting leaks like that, and it's like, you know, it probably is true. Yeah, it is annoying because it's like, well, that's, you know, that's just spoil. You know, it does spoil a lot. So you do kind of lose a bit of hype because you're like, oh, well, these people are going to be in Mando season 2, so I know potentially a lot of what... I mean, you don't necessarily know what happens story-wise, but you just know they're going to be there, and with you know, it kind of goes both ways. Like with, you know, with these casting leaks, if someone's like, oh, this person's going to appear in the show, then you're like, oh my god, then you'll get like even more hyped. Or you can just, you know, or you can see it like the other way and just be like, oh, they're going to appear in the show. Or like, well, thanks for spoiling it for me. Now I'm not going to be as excited because I know something that's going to happen. So it really does go both ways, really. Like, to me, you know, although I knew Boba Fett was going to be there, I knew Bo-Katan and Ahsoka were going to be there as well, it was still, you know, I still feel like I got a really authentic, like, announcement experience within the show for these characters appearing. I mean, yeah, it's still a shame that like I knew before anyway, but yeah. Oh, hello, you're not good. Oh, wait. Right, what's on here?
Fuel station controls compromised.
Oh, God. That's funny. Alright.
We will bring security to the galaxy.
We'll bring security to... That line, when he says we will bring security to the galaxy, honestly just reminds me of the guy in Solo. It's like, when Han goes, oh, like, what are we doing here? And it's like, to bring security and justice to the Emperor. And instill a regime of order to the Emperor. It's like, that guy, honestly, that voice line reminds me of him so much. Yo, Ark, good to see you. Hope you're going well. Do you think we can see a reboot of Rogue Squadron since we'll be getting a movie on it soon? Just thought. Well, okay, by a reboot, do you just mean like new Rogue Squadron games or not? Like, I honestly think it's possible, yeah. I absolutely think it's possible because, you know, Rogue Squadron, like the Rogue Squadron games back in the day, obviously, you know, were huge. And, oh my lord. Yeah, the Rogue Squadron games were huge, and a lot of people know Rogue Squadron because of these games. So I feel like it would be a really cool thing to see. Like, I feel like it would be really cool if we did get a Rogue Squadron game, essentially to go alongside the film. Or maybe, like, the film comes out and then we get a game that serves as a prequel to the film or a sequel or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it really does depend on when the film is set, because... Yeah, it talks about, like, well, so this is where it gets confusing, because the logo has a T-65B X-Wing, which is the Rebellion X-Wing, but it's, like, when Rogue Squadron was announced, it was said about how, you know, Rogue Squadron would push Star Wars into a future era, which to me suggests post-Episode 9, so, yeah, no worries at all, SV, thanks for playing, man, and stop being, have a good rest of your day, bud. You know, and that to me suggests post-Episode 9, so I don't really know what to make of it yet. You know, I think it could very well be... I think it could very well be... Oh, he's not going to sacrifice his hero. Yeah, I think it could very well be both. Like it honestly could be either of them. It could be like a Resistance version of Rogue Squadron against some new enemy. That isn't the First Order. Wow, they did it. I mean, I guess I get to play Boba more. You know, it could be against a new adversary, or maybe remnants of the First Order or something, or it's Rebellion era against the Empire. Like, I just don't know. Like, it could. I mean, it could very well just be. It goes back to when Rogue Squadron was being formed or something. I don't know. Because it talks about the pilot, you know, it talks about pilots earning their wings. So, you know, clearly new pilots, or relatively new pilots, and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Like, I'm not 100% sure what to really make of it yet. But I think it would be really cool to have a game to go along with it, really. Especially if we are going to start seeing more games, perhaps. Steel Sprout, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Where are we looking? Down here. Oh, that's got a few. Come on. Oh, got him. Go on, got an assist. I'll take it. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I accept it. Oh, hello. We got Luke. Oh, it's Obi-Wan. My bad. What's your own opinion on Maul? Maul is awesome. He's definitely one of my favourite characters in the franchise. Whether it's the films, TV, like when he, again, I'm going to reference Solo like I have done about 3 times already tonight. One of which just a moment ago. But yeah, when Maul appeared in Solo, I kind of freaked out a little bit because it was just so awesome to see him in live action again and stuff. Like, I really hope we do see more of Maul, but obviously, like, I mean, I'd love to see him more in live action, but with the whole Ray Park situation, it's like, oh no. I mean, I do think Sam Witwer could do it. To be fair, Sam is, you know, he's really well built. He voices Maul in pretty much everything apart from the Phantom Menace, so I think he could do it. It just depends on whether we'll see more Maul or not, really. Oh, do come along. Fact, we need him in the Lando series. Oh, dude, yeah. So that's the thing. Like, I'm actually gonna do a video about this probably in April, but not April, February. Sorry. Wow. Oh, you're actual player. So I'm gonna do an actual video talking about my hopes and expectations for the Lando show, and like honestly, just the main thing I would love is to see it essentially be, you know, I'd love to see it be a mix of both old and young Lando. I'd love it to have Lando and Jana like trying to figure out where she's from and all that stuff, maybe like post episode 9. But then I'd also love to, like, essentially Lando could like talk about his old life and, you know, what he's done and all that stuff. And that's where it goes to flashbacks, and then so have Billy D as old Lando, obviously, but then bring Donald Glover back for a younger Lando, and have that kind of have him essentially, you know, have Billy D essentially tell the story, but then, you know, a younger version of Lando play that story out. So we do see stuff with regards to Crimson Dawn, and maybe when he's the Baron Administrator of Cloud City as well. Like, that would be really cool. Yeah, I'd love to see all kinds of stuff, really. Like, whether it's like a, you know, a full-on story within like a younger Crimson Dawn kind of setting, or whether it's just parts of young Lando's life. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to find out more about Crimson Dawn. I really hope that Paul Bettany comes back as Dryden Boss, because literally, I mean, literally yesterday in an article, Paul Bettany said that, you know, he'd love to come back and play as Dryden, and like flesh out the character more. So I think it's possible we could see him in the Lando show, and therefore with Dryden being Crimson Dawn, I think it'd be really cool for. I think it'd be really cool to see Maul as a result of, as a, like a byproduct of that, basically. Maul is the coolest, Vader is the strongest, Palps is Palps. There's no explanation needed, dude, yeah. What's your opinion of Aiden in this game? Aiden's cool. You know, like, I mean, this isn't a thing about Aiden, but, you know, I do still wish that the game didn't, like, turn... I still wish that it was a full-on Imperial story and not, like, a third Rebel, then Imperial. No, a third Imperial, then, like, 2/3 Rebel. But yeah, I mean, Aiden's cool. I don't have anything bad to say, really. What was also really cool as well, though, is to play the Battlefront 2 campaign, but then also read the Inferno Squad book, so you get more of an understanding of Inferno Squad, like, themselves. So that was cool. So I'd recommend, if you haven't read the Inferno Squad book and you like the characters in the campaign, then yeah, I'd highly recommend reading Inferno Squad. What games have been announced? Darth Inhaler. Love that name. So no games have been announced themselves. It's just that the Lucasfilm game division was rebranded as Lucasfilm Games, hence Lucasfilm Games announced. So no new games specifically have been announced. What the Star Wars article on Lucasfilm Games did say, however, was that like with Lucasfilm and the Galaxy Far Far Away moving into a new and unprecedented scale, or like basically period of time, with that being the case, Games 2 are going to be doing that. So we should hopefully over the next few years be seeing a lot more games. So whilst there were no specific announcements, there is hope that, we should hopefully be seeing many more Star Wars games in the future. Forgot to mention the actors for Iden Dell and Admiral Versio in LA Motion Capture Studios doing something for Star Wars related. Well, okay, yes, they were in LA in November, all at the same time. Sorry about that. No, so, yeah, like, Janina, TJ Ramini, and Anthony Scorley, they were all in LA doing motion capture stuff in November, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's Star Wars related. Like, actors, the chances of actors working together again on some projects, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of actors out there, but, like, it's not impossible for these three actors to work on something that's not Star Wars related. I mean, it could very well be Star Wars related, sure. Like, it does seem likely that it is Star Wars related, but I'm not going to get my hopes up yet because, yeah. Boy, that was cheeky. Looks like we could be seeing some more Iden soon. Yeah, I mean, like, if it is genuinely Star Wars related, then I'm really happy. Like, Garrick, like, honestly, I really like Garrick Versio as well. Like, he was one of the standout characters for me in the campaign, honestly. Like, he's awesome. So, yeah, I'd love to see more, Del, Iden, and Garrick. I just don't think, I'm just not gonna get in the mindset that like this is Star Wars stuff. Like it could very well be Star Wars related, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up on it. But yeah, we'll see. No, yeah. So there has been speculation of them being in Fallen Order 2, but that literally unless Fallen Order 2 takes place like 10, because when's Fallen Order take place? 10, is it 10 or 11? 14. Oh, 14. Okay, so for them to be in Fallen Order 2, Jedi Fallen Order 2 needs to be 14 to 15 years after Fallen Order 1 actually takes place, which doesn't really make sense. The way the narrative ended with Fallen Order 1, that makes no sense for them to appear in Fallen Order 2, like, unless it was 15 or so years onwards from where we left off. Because the thing to bear in mind is that the thing to bear in mind is that Inferno Squad themselves were not formed until the end of Episode 4. Inferno Squad were formed so that the Death Star incident wouldn't happen again, so that the Rebels wouldn't steal the plans, so that they could essentially keep the Death Star safe and have this Special Forces unit to stop that. That was the reason they were created, was to stop another Death Star incident. So they weren't formed until 0 BBY, or 0 ADY really. So for that to really happen, I don't think makes sense. And if Fallen Order 2 takes place directly after, if Fallen Order 2 takes place directly after the first one, then Iden and Del will be very young at that point as well. Like they'll only really be in their they're only really going to be in their late 20s, early 30s at most in Battlefront 2 campaign. So for 14 BBY, they'll be teenagers. So So it really depends on when like the second Fallen Order is set, because if it's like soon after, soon after Fallen Order, then it doesn't make sense for them to appear. Do you like Star Trek? I mean, I do. I just don't. I'm not really like. I'm not a massive fan. Like, yeah, you know, especially like the new movies. I really enjoy those. I haven't watched Star Trek Discovery yet. I've heard good things about it, but I haven't really watched it yet. Yeah, I would never. I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't see myself a Trekkie in any way. Like, I like the films, but that's it, really. Darth Jar Jar, good to see you, Primo. They clickbaited us real hard with the Revan picture. Wait, was the Caesar real photo of Revan? Well, I mean, to be fair, it was Revan with... I mean... the thing is, though, like... I mean... The thing with clickbait is there's kind of two forms with it, really. Like, there's bad clickbait and there's good clickbait. The bad clickbait is when you tell the viewer information within the thumbnail or the title that is either never mentioned in the actual video itself or is the opposite of what is mentioned in the video. So if my stream said new games announced, that's obviously clickbait because there were no games announced. But you know, with them like having Revan on the with them having Revan on the image, and you know, Revan appearing in that sizzle reel, then yeah, like that's fine because he did appear. Like, yeah, it may seem a bit clickbaity, but like he did appear in the medium that the image was put into, because it was the Galaxy of Heroes character, I think. So yeah, I mean, like it's kind of clickbaity, but it's smart. Honestly, it's not bad from them. So. Oh, come on. Oh, Mighty Ham. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Darth Jar Jar as well. Good to see you. When does LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga come out? We don't know. Well, we know it's... Well, at the moment, the last thing that was said was spring 2021. Spring 2021 at the moment. That's like the time frame, but there's no specific date. Yeah, I'm not mad. I just want Battlefront 3, man. Yeah, so do I, honestly. Like, I really... Like, if we do see Battlefront 3, it won't be for another 3-4 years. There won't be any teasers or reveals for it for a couple of years at least, I don't think. But yeah, I hope we do see it at some point. I'm not going to get my hopes up too high though, to be honest. Like, I'm going to make tons of Battlefront 3 content for like potential stuff, but I'm not going to like be like, oh my god, Battlefront 3. There was a leaked release date for the Skywalker Saga game. It's possible that that would be released on 27th of May, 2021. I mean, it's possible. Like I said, I just don't know. I just really don't know what the date is. There's nothing specifically confirmed as of yet. So yeah, we'll see. It's weird to think people somehow connect to people doing motion capture to Battlefront 3, like they can work together on things just other than Battlefront. Dude, that really annoyed me, honestly. Like, I mean, is it likely that it could be more Star Wars stuff? Sure, like, it could very well be. But yeah, I mean, actors work together again all the time. And just because, like, someone on a Twitter thread, you know, someone on my Twitter post yesterday with the video said that Janina, TJ Romini, and Anthony Scordi are small actors, so the chances of them working on other things are basically very slim, and that it has to be a Battlefront 3. And it's like, what? Like, firstly, they're not like massive actors, but I know for a fact TJ Romini has played roles in many games. He's been in like a lot of TV shows as well, but they're more like smaller roles. You know, they've been in plenty of things and they're solid actors in their own right. Like, just because they're not like some, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans kind of thing, or like Brad Pitt or whatever. Like, just because they're not up to that scale, like, doesn't mean they're not gonna have a chance to work together again. You know, like, I mean, it could very well be Star Wars, but yeah, the fact that people connected it to Battlefront 3 to me is just really silly. yeah, the whole thing is just it makes me laugh, honestly, just because, like, I mean, I know people are desperate for Star Wars gaming news and stuff like that, which, to be fair, like, today was really nice to see just something related to Star Wars gaming, but yeah, it's just silly, really. I want to know what the other 2 character packs are. We have 6 out of 8 confirmed. What are the 6 confirmed so far? I mean, I know there's one exclusive to Amazon as well, like, which is the classic character pack.
Ready weapons for a final counterattack. The base must be saved.
Come on. Oh, we got a Ray. Get her. Oh. That was lucky. I'll give it at least another 3 years before we get any confirmation of a Battlefront title. That's my guess. Yeah, that's kind of my assumption as well, to be honest. That's what I think. Well, yeah, my kind of thoughts is if we get Battlefront 3, yeah, it won't be until probably like 2024, 2025 is my rough guess, but we'll see. Hey, Luke. It has been a while. How are you doing? Good to see you again. Classic character pack, Mando Season 1 and 2 packs, Solo, Rogue One, and Bad Batch. Bad Batch, yes, I remember that. Damn, that's going to be so cool. Fair enough. Other 2, huh. Yeah, the other 2 will be interesting. It could, it could just be, I mean, it could just be Rebels and Clone Wars, or Rebels and Resistance, or Resistance and Clone Wars. It could just be like on stuff that's already established, but we'll see. We'll find out soon enough anyway. Doing good. How are you? I'm glad you're doing well. But yeah, I'm very good, thank you. Very good. Very good indeed. Hope you had a nice Christmas and a happy New Year as well, of course. Hilarious. Amazing. Oh god. So wow, someone got 164 eliminations. Bloody hell. Camino. It's only 2 that I can think. Oh, the only 2 I can think of is Clone Wars and maybe Rebels. Yeah, I mean, like, it could be. I feel like it could be Resistance as well, but honestly, I feel like Resistance has been one of those things that they released and just never really did much around it. Like, they released 2 seasons of the show and they didn't really produce much content to go along with it. I mean, to be fair, like, Resistance is very much more a kids show than anything else. I mean, Clone Wars, was aimed originally at kids. I mean, I'm not saying it necessarily is a kids show, but I mean, it kind of is. Like, yeah, okay, it's dark and, all Star Wars fans love and enjoy it, but it was, originally intended for kids. Star Wars Rebels was more of a kids show than Clone Wars was, but obviously got better and darker as it went along. Resistance, however, was like far more of a kids show than Rebels. I mean, it was still, it was still very good. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to watch, but yeah. Crappy few days leading up to Christmas, but Christmas was alright, I guess. Wasn't the best this year, though I got spoiled most of this year. Well, most this year and ever. What about you? Well, I'm sorry to hear that it wasn't quite how you were anticipating, but yeah, I mean, it's been a tough year for a lot of people, so you're not alone in that. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily how I was hoping or like planning it to be, but it was, for the Christmas I got, it was very good. Basically, I'll put it that way. Like, I had an awesome like Christmas, but I was hoping to go to my girlfriend's for Christmas, but then about a week and a half or so before that was going to happen, or like about a week before that was going to happen, that was cancelled because of the restrictions. So it's like, which is, it's fair enough, obviously, but it's not quite what I was hoping for. But yeah, it was a good Christmas. Let's go. Got Naboo GA Dark Side. Nice. like Naboo GA is the best. Like Camino, Naboo, and Death Star 2 are my top 2 by far. I probably would say that Naboo is my favorite, and then Camino and Death Star are pretty closely contested, honestly. But yeah, I love Camino. I mean, the thing is though, the beauty of I mean, the thing with a lot of games is they kind of, especially games based on Earth, is they almost, they have to kind of, or especially present day and old days, like they have to really stick to a visual style. But the beauty of Star Wars is because you've got so many different planets and environments and infrastructural, architectural designs and everything, like you could just have whatever. Like Death Star 2 is a very black and grey, location, whereas Camino, it's, fully white. The outside's very rainy and silver. Like it's so different. Like the way this contrast is, it's awesome. It's just so different to anything else. Oh, I want more Star Wars games.
Republic reinforcements landing.
Oh, get him! Oh, you're joking. Oh, hiccups. Love it.
We need to fall back into the facility.
Best mate of 7 years die on 3rd December. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The enemy's not stopping. They can fight every step of the way. All squads.
Damn. Yeah, I can't imagine that would have been easy. Though. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's awful.
Ally on site. A lot of firepower.
Yeah, I just. It's not been easy by any means. Just the whole of 2020 was just, like, there was some good moments, but it was just, yeah, it was hard. But hopefully everything's gonna be okay, Luke. And if you need to talk about anything, then you know how to find me as well. So please do talk if you need to. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh.
West landing pad under attack.
Damn it. Sammy boy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, is that Vader? I think. Someone, maybe. Sugar. I'm dead. Rip. Yeah. Like, it's really hard. Like, I genuinely can't imagine what it's like to lose someone like that close to you, to be honest. But as you say, life moves on. Life does move on. Got to do what you can, and oh god, dedicate things to those you've lost.
Got a foothold on the east landing pad.
Oh, hello. Ow. Oh, hello. He came up behind me. Alright. Let's do this. I mean, like I was saying about the jet troopers, like the aerial units for the for the rebels and Empire, I love them because they just they feel just really nice. Like, I love the way the fire rate of the weapons are, and it feels awesome. But then, like, you've got the clone jet troopers different as well, because it's really light, and it feels like a really light unit to use, and just especially because the pistol, you can just spam it and everything. But yeah, it's tough.
Lost contact with the west landing pad.
And then you got the Super Battle Droid one's great as well, but that one feels really. It feels more close to the Imperial and Rebel one than this does, but it's just. I don't know. I don't want to say clunky because clunky's normally a bad thing, but it's kind of clunky in a good way, I feel.
Unidentified enemy now landing.
Oh, someone here. Where is it? There's one set for stun. Haha. If you stun a battle droid, would that just like fry their circuits? I'm genuinely curious about that. But missed it completely. By the barest of margins. Someone's got Boba Fett here as well. Oh, he might be behind me, but I don't actually know. GG boys. Fashion flame.
Republic reinforcements are landing. Ha ha! Enemies retreating. Retreat at last.
Alrighty. Were we there? We were not there. That is a shame, but it's cool. It's cool. And it'll be back to Camino. No, we won too quickly. We did. We did. I mean, to be honest, I think my favorite part of this map is the start. Like, I love playing at the start, but then I also just going about the whole thing. I remember asking your monitor once, but can't remember what your refresh rate and resolution is. So it's 144 hertz, but like you can, I mean, I guess with like PC, I mean, I don't really know what it all means, but then it says like you can overclock and get 175 hertz for that. Resolution is I don't actually know. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's only showing as 1080 at the moment because that's what my PS5 is playing at. But it's well, so it's a 21 by 9 inch display. It's not quite 4K, but it's close to it. Isn't it a wide monitor? Yeah, it's 38 inches. Well, anyway, gotta go. Now lights the live. I'll see you later. Yeah, no worries at all, Luke. It was good to see you again, but hopefully we'll see you soon. And yeah, have a good rest of your week. Alright, let's do this. In all of my 3 years of playing this game, I did not know you could go down here. I always knew there was a door here. I didn't know about this. What the hell? How did I not know about this place? I played this game for 3 years. How have I only just found out? What?
Slicing program initiated.
This is sick. What the hell? Why? I just never thought to go through here. Because I just didn't think anything of it. Like, I'd seen people come from there, but... Bloody hell. That was a good double kill there. Oh, we stole that. Bother. Oh, we got him. What a wreckage. Oh, that's not good. Found a good 120 hertz monitor for 200 and usually get that much for my birthday, so hopefully I'll get a full setup by then. Nice. Wait, do you have, you're getting a PS5, aren't you, right? Or are you going to be using it for a PC? Or both? Because if you're using it for both, I'd honestly recommend going for a 144 hertz monitor, but yeah, I mean, still, like, 120 is still like really good. 120 is the highest you can get on PS5 as well anyway, so yeah, if it's just for PS5 then yeah, just go for 120, but if you will be using it for like a PC as well, then I'd go 144, but I mean it's up to you, but yeah, that's just what I'd recommend personally. Oh, it's 144 hertz monitor, but it's 120 hertz compatible. Yeah, well, it will be. It will be. If it's like 144 hertz, then it's compatible with anything below, below that. Or yeah, compatibility. It's not really such as a compatibility thing. It's just that if you've got a PS5 on a 144 hertz monitor, it will only produce 120 hertz. Or if you're putting a PS4 Pro on it, it will only do 60. Sort of thing. But then if you have a PC that can output like, well, if you have a PC, then yeah, I mean a PC can really output a lot depending on various factors, but yeah, I mean just the monitor you have will essentially decide what the refresh rate is. Oh, you came through, you fool. Right. Do I go for a Commando Droid? I think I do, because Commando Droids are fun. If you're getting a PS5 Digital Edition when they restock and a monitor for my birthday. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. Well, okay, yeah, you're getting 144 Hz anyway, so yeah, I don't need to say much else. But yeah, I mean, that monitor will be really solid for you when you get a PC, like if and when you ever get a PC as well, so a good decision. Sorry, Kiko. Ow. Oh, thank goodness. I mean, he wouldn't have killed me anyway. Like, Hero Mai wouldn't have got me that low, but... Oh, you're kidding. Oh, Jesus. Oh, come on. Ray's up here somewhere. Where is she? Come on. I'm pretty sure that guy... he's gone. I'm pretty sure that guy was low as well. That's a shame. I just realised I don't have any skin equipped for the Commando Droid. I think since I've downloaded it on my PS5, I've just not thought about the customization too much apart from the clones. Like, I'm pretty sure for the Resistance and Rebellion, I still pretty much only play as the humans at the moment. Lol. Sorry, Ray. Get wrecked. Oh, it's charged. Oh, no. Nice, yeah. I love getting headshots with this. So good. Oh, he's trying to go around, really. That didn't last long. Come on. Love to have a FHD 240 Hz monitor for PC, 144 Hz. FHD in 4K 60Hz monitor for PS5, but I can't afford all of it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, with a PC, you kind of want to go like as high as you can, really. It's just obviously it is a lot of money, which eventually you will no doubt be able to get at some point, but you just kind of got to start somewhere, really. And like 144 Hz monitor, even for a PC, is still really solid. Like if you can go and get like 240, then that's a dream, but it's not. It's not absolutely essential, especially if you're just starting out. Like eventually you will no doubt go and get that stuff, but it's just a case of getting what you can while you. Well, no, that doesn't make sense, but just getting what you can with what you've got at the moment, really. Oh no. I think Alienware makes 360 monitors and 4 making cap at 360. That's crazy. Jesus Christ. I honestly can't imagine what 360 Hz looks like, honestly. Like, to me, like, on video, 60 looks insane. When playing, 120 feels insane. I cannot imagine what it would be 3 times that, honestly. Like, it's just going to be mental. Oh god. Right. Alright, so we took the barracks, that's good. I don't really know why so many people are still in here, but okay. Hi, Annie Cam. Honestly, what are you doing? Stop. Please.
We are getting bounty hunter support. Bosk is here.
Bosk's here, boys. It's gonna be a good. I know someone's up there.
Victory at the hangar.
Oh, there he is. Body shots feel really weak sometimes with these things. Like, not to a point where they're underpowered, but it feels like the time to kill is quite long when it's body shots. But when it's headshots, it's fine, but just a weird thing. Alright.
Sweep for clones and download new programming. Our final phase begins shortly.
Oh my lord.
Fusion
Okay.
core is within range. Complete the operation and we cripple the clone army. Fail and the enemy reinforcements will destroy you.
I think 60 FPS is fine, but my PS4 doesn't run well at all. Yeah, I mean, that's like my PS4 was still like my PS4 was only at 30 FPS because that's all the standard consoles were when the previous gen released. So I was playing at 30 FPS for so many years, whilst loads of people were playing at like full 1080 or 4K at 60 FPS, and it was like, damn, like I wish I could have done that as well. But yeah, like having the step up from 30 to 120 with most, well, 120 with like Call of Duty, but 60 for most games currently, like, yeah, that was awesome because I got to experience that even more, like super smooth gameplay and transitions, animations and everything. But yeah, I mean 60 is the minimum I'd really want in a game, honestly. But like, yeah, 60 FPS is the minimum I'd really expect. Yeah, the minimum I'd ever expect is 60, but yeah, to get more is always nice, to be fair. The lowest you got is 20, Jesus. I mean, I'm doing pretty good, thank you, hon. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, my PS4, I had it for 7 years. It was used a crap ton. It never had any performance issues at all. Like, it's just, the only issue I had with my PS4 was that it was just super loud because of the fan. That was the only issue I ever had with it. You know, there were never any performance issues, no like low FPS or anything like that. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to get like low FPS on a console that's only 30 anyway. But yeah. Damn it. I think mine was 5 years old. Huh. Fair enough.
Do not let the clones interfere.
Yeah, I mean, for the first, like, I think for the first, like, 4 to 5 years, the PS4, sorry, was mine and my brother's, and, like, we'd both play it, like, all the time, pretty much. Like, if I wasn't on it, Guy was on it. If Guy wasn't on it, I was on it, for the most part, really. And then it was just, and then he went and bought his own PS4 Pro, so that was his, and then this PS4, like, that PS4 became mine. So, yeah, and then, like, I started streaming, which meant I played, like, I was playing, I mean, I still played a lot anyway, but, like, I was playing more because of streams, but then also just playing other games as well, so I was just playing games a lot, even on this console as well, while Steve was playing on that, and it was just, yeah. The amount of playtime that PS4 got was insane, honestly.
Initiating
Ooh.
shutdown.
Another reinforcement. Let's go. Oh, I'm really tired now, Jesus. This is a close game, to be fair. We got 6 lives left. We've almost done it.
Master Kenobi is now fighting with the
We
clones.
have almost done it. Oh, wow.
You have run out of
Caleb,
time
good to see you.
and
Hope you're doing
the
well.
battle
That was a
is
close game.
terminating signal.
Oh, what a shame. General Kenobi, you are a good one. Imagine. Oh, man, alive. Oh, I'm so tired. That was a nice stretch, honestly. It might have looked weird, but that was nice. Much needed. I mean, I know there's not many of you here, but you'll see I'm wearing my custom TIE Pilot helmet. When Squadrons came out, I released it as like a limited time thing, but then I basically said that if Battlefront, if Squadrons gets more content, I'll release it properly, which I never actually did until like the other day or something. So this is now available like forever now, Whoop. So yeah, why does it say the Y-Wing is available? It says nothing else is available apart from the Y-Wing. So I'm going to test this and see what the hell is wrong, what the hell is happening. Will it let me play as the Y-Wing? We shall see. Oh, it always auto-corrects a rip. I was going to say, like, if you genuinely thought you are a good one, then it's like, But now, fair enough. Autocorrect is a useful tool, but can also be a tool, to put it lightly.
The Empire's been tipped off about us selling Mos
It's actually let me spawn in as a Y-Wing. Yes.
leaving our people behind.
No way. This is insane.
Remember the civilians. We're fighting in someone's home.
No, I've been an idiot. No. It's letting me play as it for free. This is actually insane. What the hell? What is going on?
They're storming the cantina.
No! I've done it again. I've bloody done it again. Never mind. Oh, no. There's a TIE bomber up already now, though. Damn it. I was really hopeful that I'd get another chance at this, but Oh, to be fair, it's that guy that I did kill on the ground, though. What a meme. I feel like I'm being toxic by doing this, but it's just... You gotta exploit it while you can.
Losing ground at the junkyard!
Ha!
Stay alert!
This isn't quite Squadrons, my boy. Alright, I'm gonna stop that. That was funny though. The fact that I can literally play as the Y-Wing for free. Oh, what a great bug. Yes, the only alien I'm using at the moment is the Aqualish. Yes, use something else.
Junkyard's overrun!
Let's go
We're losing
Quarren with the
control.
heavy. I genuinely can't believe that. I'd honestly feel so bad if someone came into the stream being like, "How the hell did you do that?" Or like, "Oh, you killed me when I was in." Like, you hacking. He's hacking.
Hostiles in the cantina!
Oh, too good. Too good. I mean, that guy just from the TIE Fighter did just kill me again, so that's a rip. Ba-da-da. Oh, Vader's here. Hello. Wow, that hurt. Do you play linear or expo on Fortnite? I have no idea what the hell you're on about there. What do you mean by linear or expo? I've never heard that lingo used for Fortnite.
The Imperials have hired Boba Fett.
Oh, not Boba Fett as well. We got Vader and Boba. Who have we got though? What are we doing? Oh no. Okay. I did a little bit of damage to him, I think. What's your sensitivity? I don't know. I'm not really one. The only sensitivity in any game I know that I change. I mean, I changed sensitivity in like probably a lot of games. Not most, but like some. Like, I always change my sensitivity to COD onto 8 for both horizontal and vertical. Because the default's 4, but I changed it to 8 on both. But like, I don't memorize or know my sensitivity like stats for anything else. Like Battlefront, I couldn't tell you what my sensitivity is for this game. I can only tell you for COD. Like, I know I think I have definitely changed it for Fortnite, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Isaac, wait, the Star Wars guy is in the Star Wars guy, like from who's been around for like years. The Star Wars guy. So no specific game has been announced. You have a beard now? Well, well, yeah. I mean, right now I do. Sure. It's just a lack of shaving. Like, I'm probably gonna shave tonight, but yeah. I leave it for a while. Well, I probably haven't shaved for like 3 weeks or something. Maybe longer. But yeah, so... Oh, hello. So the announcement is Lucasfilm Games, so, which is... Well, is a... Yes, it is I, your old follower and trusted Wookiee sidekick. Hell yeah. Hope you're doing well, man. So the Lucasfilm, like, game division, essentially, it's always been a thing. And it has been, you know, for this whole time whilst EA's been a thing. But today they rebranded and had like a full announcement of the so they rebranded and called, you know, as Lucasfilm Games, and the announcement essentially said that yes, Warthar and Spectre, yes, oh, I remember that. What a day, what a day. Yeah, so the Lucasfilm's like game division has rebranded to Lucasfilm Games, and they're now going to be the main hub of Star Wars games. Like, every Star Wars game in the future will have the Lucasfilm Games branding to it. So kind of like what PlayStation have done with like the PlayStation Studios logo intro thing. but essentially they announced themselves as like the main hub for breaking news and all that stuff, anything to do with Star Wars games, basically. And they also said that whilst Lucasfilm and the Galaxy Far, Far Away are expanding to this new and unprecedented like scale as to our games, so I think over the next several years we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more Star Wars games coming out, hopefully. So yeah, whilst nothing about a specific game was announced today, Lucasfilm Games was essentially the announcement, and it was said that, yeah, like, you know, they basically confirmed that a lot more Star Wars games will be coming. So, yeah. I see. Intriguing. Saw the sizzle reel thing, didn't read around it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I saw this, like, I got a notification for the sizzle reel first, and then I watched it. I was like, huh, that's cool. Like, that's really interesting as to why they do that. I was really confused. I was kind of thinking maybe they're gearing up for some kind of announcement of sorts, and then, I then saw the tweet from the Lucasfilm Games account, and they're like, bang. Because I was following this Lucasfilm Games account for ages, and honestly, I thought they were called Lucasfilm Games for a long time. But yeah, I saw that tweet, and then that linked to an article to the Star Wars website, and that's when that was said. So yeah. Hi, good to see you. I really hope we get a Battlefront 3 or Battlefront spin-off, kind of like Battlefront Rogue Squadron. That would be awesome. Like, I think actually you recently just commented on a video of mine, like literally, like the one I did yesterday about Battlefront 3 not being teased. So yeah, I mean, like, I really do hope we will get a Battlefront 3, but I'm not really going to expect it. Like, if with this Lucasfilm Games announcement and stuff like that, it feels like EA won't necessarily have the exclusive license anymore. I mean, like, they probably still do until 2023. But, I don't know, it's an interesting one, like, because I don't really know if they'll get, the exclusive license until 2023, and then as of that point it will change. But yeah, it's a really tricky one. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out eventually, but it is a very interesting thing to think about, and, yeah, we shall see. I'd love to see Battlefront 3, and honestly, like, if we do see a Battlefront 3, I think it will come from DICE, or at least EA at the very least. But that doesn't mean that other game studios that aren't EA can't work on the Battlefront. Like, we could maybe see, we could see another game studio create a first-person shooter for Battlefront spin-off. Like, that would be really cool. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. Like, I wouldn't mind if other studios other than EA studios got the chance to make Star Wars games, because at the end of the day, the more Star Wars games that gets released, the higher the quality will be, because you'll have that level of competition, which is really essential for growth a lot of the time, really. So yeah, I mean, it's great for the competition. It's great for us as fans, because we get more Star Wars games as well. That's not confirmed though, obviously. Like, we'll have to wait and see whether or not EA do keep the license exclusively for even longer, but we'll see. Like, I want to see more Star Wars games. Whether EA suddenly ramp up and bring out 2 games a year or something like that, then, like, absolutely incredible. Or whether they just stick to one game, like, every year or every couple years, and then other studios work on games as well. Like, if we can just kind of get to a point where we see, like, one new game per year, then, like, I mean, just one game a year, like, I'd be pretty satisfied with that, honestly. I'd love to see more than that, obviously. Like, I just at least want I just at least want there to be one multiplayer game to be serviced at any one time, really. So, like, I really just hope that Squadrons can hopefully get even more content over the next year while we wait for the next multiplayer game, whenever that's going to be. But we'll just have to wait and see, really. Do you think Luke trained Kylo and Grogu at the same time? Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. Haven't played this game in so long. The feels. Nostalgia. Yeah, like, if you haven't played this game for a while, then yeah, it would probably, I can imagine why it would feel that way. Well, I even had that feeling when Ben walked that thread on Twitter today, basically going over all the updates that the game had. Because it's going to be free on Epic Games Store, so... Hello. Oh, he's gone. Yes, boys. Never saw it coming. Oh no. Damn it. If we get more than one game a year, I'll have no money for other games. Yeah, like... That's, yeah, I mean, I'd love that, like, honestly. Like, I honestly, with Star Wars games, I'd rather see more single-player games than multiplayer games. But that's only because I want to, like, if we get multiplayer games, I want to see them serviced for a long time. And single-player games, I normally will probably play, like, once, and then probably won't really play them again for a very long time. So, you know, like, if we get, you know, we got Battlefront 2, and that was serviced for 2.5 years. Great, I'd love that. But I'd love to see if games could go really further than that, like Overwatch and Rainbow Six has, to be honest. So, I don't know. Like, but if, like, you know, if next year, for example, like, this isn't necessarily going to happen, but if next year we got 2 games, one being the sequel for Fallen Order, you know, and the second game, I'd want it to be multiplayer, honestly, because I don't want it to be a case of we don't get a multiplayer game, and since, you know, we haven't had a multiplayer game since Squadrons, and with those not being serviced at that point, like, you know, the only multiplayer games and the only really the Star Wars games I'd be playing would be Squadrons and Battlefront, but I might not really be in much of a mood to be playing either of them at the time, because I'd maybe played them so much and really just got tired of them. I don't know. One multiplayer and one single player game a year would be perfect. Dude, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I genuinely feel like that's the way I'd like to see it. No, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing 2 you know, I wouldn't mind seeing 2 single player games, like, in a year, and then all of a sudden, yeah, like, I wouldn't mind seeing 2 single-player games in like a certain year, but like, as long as there's at least one like Star Wars multiplayer game being like developed, you know, still getting content supported for it, then like I wouldn't mind, because I like that could still be an awesome game that I'm really enjoying playing, and we know that we're going to get more content as time goes by. So I wouldn't mind if we got a year where there was just 2 single-player games, because that would be great. But yeah, we'll see. But the thing is as well, though, Lucasfilm Games has been around for a long time, so this news like of them rebranding could be absolutely nothing. But then at the same time, with them essentially being the central hub for breaking news and all that stuff, like that, to me suggests that EA won't necessarily hold the license exclusively anymore. But we'll see. We can only speculate right now. And also, Isaac, as well, you said about pod racing game. I really want to see that. Like, EA are in the process of acquiring Codemasters right now, and that's due to finish towards the end of either the end of the month or the end of the quarter. And yeah, and I really hope that Codemasters make a pod racing game, because I'd love to see it, honestly. I think I've asked about the triggers on PS5 controller, but what about the other features? What other features are you talking about? Like, because yeah, you asked about the controller, the triggers, because I went on Call of Duty for you and showed you them like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, what other features are you referring to, really? We will definitely get some big news next EA Investor Call, especially after the Lucasfilm Games announcement. We could. The thing about Investor Calls is they're not used to necessarily announce big projects. It's more a case of the thing that might be said with the EA Investor Call, or like, well, because before EA Play there are 2 Investor Calls, and what might be said within those Investor Calls is, you know, could very well simply just be that this studio is working on a Star Wars game, and that's it. Like, I mean, yeah, that's huge news, and that's awesome for many of us, but that's not going to be news, you know, that's not going to be like a massive new game announcement, because that'll be at EA Play. So we'll probably hear something, but I'm not going to expect too much from the Investor Calls, honestly. Okie dokie, where did I get up to? It's like that for me, but with time and TV. So many shows, it's impossible to keep up. Crap load of Star Wars shows announced, Star Trek shows, Marvel shows, DC shows, impossible to keep up. Dude, it really is. Like, the fact that this year alone we're getting 5 like. So I'm a big Marvel fan as well. Yeah, someone else has got the wiring glitch, lol. Like, I'm a big Marvel fan as well. Not, like, nowhere near to the extent of Star Wars, but, you know, like, anything MCU, I'll watch it. So, yeah, it's crazy to think that this year alone we're getting 5 Marvel MCU TV shows. Like, that's ridiculous to me, honestly. You know, the first one starting this Friday with WandaVision, which I'm really excited for. So... yeah, it's crazy. Like, so many more shows to keep up with and catch up and watch. Like, yeah, it's mental. But I just really hope that, like, we do, you know, we just had loads of, you know, we just had loads of film and TV news for Star Wars. And then after that, so many people were saying, oh, game, you know, I hope this is the same for games. And we've just been told today that it is. Like, we just had a ton of announcements for TV and film, and Lucasfilm Games announcement today literally just said that, you know, gaming will move into that transition as well. Spartan. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I've heard different types of motion sensors or vibrations or something. Oh, you're talking about the haptic feedback. Yeah, that's awesome. So it just basically, depending on where you're walking around and stuff like that. I mean, it's not on all games, it's only on games that have the feature supported. So it's not really a thing on Call of Duty, I don't think. It's more the triggers are. But, like, the best thing to play is Astro's Playroom. Like, when you get your PS5, the best thing to play is Astro's Playroom. It's a fun little game, honestly. But also it just shows you all the features with the new controller. Like, when like my right foot hits the floor on Astro's Playroom, the right side of the controller will vibrate, and depending on like the material of that item, like it could be a metal PlayStation button, and that means that the vibration is harder on that side of the controller. But then if I go into grass, then and then and if you run into grass, it'll be a light vibration. Like, it's such a weird feeling, but it's so cool. They should grant Bethesda a license to make Star Wars RPG game. That would be really cool. I mean, I've never really played many Bethesda games. I bought Fallout 76 about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago nearly, I feel like. Where are we now? We're mid-January almost, so... okay, I bought it about a month ago. I played it a bit, but I haven't been on it in ages. I will, you know, I'll try and get back to it at some point, but... yeah, I mean, I've never really played many Bethesda games, so I'm not all like the hype with it. But yeah, it could be really awesome to see them do it. But the thing to bear in mind as well, it's not a case of... no, I've never played Skyrim. I've played Elder Scrolls Online a bit, but not a lot. And I know that's not the same, but still. So the thing to bear in mind is it's not just a case of Lucasfilm will go like, hey, here's a license, go make these games. It's a case of whether those companies want to make those games as well, because at the end of the day, making a Star Wars game, like, yeah, okay, it's a huge, you know, it would be no doubt an honor and a privilege for many, but as a business, it's also risky as well. Like, it could have a massive payoff, but if you screw it up, if you really don't do a good job with the Star Wars game, then you could have your reputation completely tarnished. You maybe lose the license for the future or whatever. Like, it just, yeah. There's a big like risk reward thing with it, so yeah. This is how I want it. One single player game a year, one multiplayer game, and maybe every 3 years we get a multiplayer game that gets continued support. Yeah, we'll see. Like, Squadrons came out, it wasn't intended to get any support really post-launch, but like, it would be, and you know, but like, it did get support in the end. Damn it. But there's no like what was I saying? Completely forgot what I was saying. Well, I don't even know where I was. Oh, multiplayer games continue support. Yeah, like, I'd love to see more multiplayer games, but I don't necessarily want them to just be like not supported. Like, it depends on the game, I think. Like, if it's a game that comes out and I feel like it's got enough content to not really get support but keep people interested, then like fair enough. Or just you need, like, if you release a multiplayer game, I feel like if you're not going to support it afterwards, you need to have an incentive in the game at launch to keep on playing. Like, you need to have like a ranked system, and you know, you need to have like a kind of ranked system that offers rewards to players or something to keep people invested, because otherwise you're going to play the game for 2 months and then you just won't play it again. Like, I haven't really played Squadrons a huge amount recently, which is actually, like, I feel like it's kind of bad because I absolutely love the game. Like, it's genuinely one of the best Star Wars experiences ever had, but I just don't really play that much. So yeah, I mean, there's loads of cosmetics I want to unlock and buy with my glory, because there are so many cool ones that have been added and also will be added over the next few weeks and months. Like, there are some really cool ones. Like, there's a skin for the New Republic that which is based off the old, like, concept art, like the original concept art from Ralph McQuarrie with like, so it's mainly white but has then a lot of blue and some red, and that, like, is the perfect you know, for me, like, that's the perfect, like, skin for my channel. Like, white, blue, red, like, so that's awesome. Like, there's some really cool stuff coming. Dude, honestly, like, Isaac, I haven't seen, like, pretty much most of the Marvel TV shows especially from Netflix, but also like Cloak and Dagger and all that stuff. I haven't really watched. I mean, the Marvel Netflix ones, I've watched season 1 of at least everything apart from Punisher. I haven't watched Punisher season 2. Yeah, Cloak and Dagger I haven't seen and stuff like that. So yeah.
All ships are launched. Our cordon has failed. All of us will answer for this defeat.
Game of Pro, good to see you, hope being well. So no one's, well, I mean, people are obviously going to be making a game, but no new game announcement has been made at the moment. It's just that Lucasfilm Games has been announced as of today, which is has been rebranded essentially. It's the games division within Lucasfilm that got a rebrand as of today. So yeah, we'll see. That is 10 o'clock though, so I am gonna call it a day there. What else we got? ESO is a dilute Elder Scrolls. Oblivion and Skyrim is where it's at. Oblivion has the funniest Radiant AI system. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like, I've always heard great things about Skyrim, but I've just never really bothered to get into it. I mean, like, you know, I know I said about how, like, I'd love to see way more single player games for Star Wars, but single player games are not really my thing a lot of the time. Like, if a Star Wars game has a campaign, or if the Star Wars single player game comes out, I'm obviously going to play it, but a lot of single player stories within a lot of games don't really interest me too much, so yeah, we'll see. I thought you blew that ship up with a grenade for a second. I don't actually know what you're talking about, honestly, but I bet it was amazing. Still waiting for Squadrons to come down to £25. It's been on sale quite a lot in various places, to be honest, already. I'm not sure when it will again, to be honest. It could be a while, but yeah. Haven't played Squadrons in a while too, but you're right, it's the mini game. It really is, dude. It really is. Bully Maguire, you're trash. Gonna cry? No. You're cool. Anyway, I am gonna call it a night there though. So tomorrow I'm gonna do a video talking more about that. I'm gonna do, a video talking about that Lucasfilm Games news, kind of my thoughts and what I think it could mean and all that stuff tomorrow. I think Battlefront is going to be free for a few days. Yeah, so Star Wars Battlefront 2, so this game is going to be free on the Epic Games Store as of January 14th until the January 21st, so Thursday, so this Thursday to next Thursday, basically. Elder Scrolls games are just good for doing whatever the hell you want rather than story. Yeah, I mean, I probably will get into it eventually. Like, I love open world games, so I'd love to do that, but, like, I love multiplayer stuff. Like, I've played GTA so much. Like, I haven't played the GTA story at all, apart from when I've been forced to from the game. But, yeah, like, the actual, like, online, you know, GTA Online, I love playing that, and I've played so much of it over the last, like, 4 or 5 years. So, Like, if we get an online Star Wars game like that, I would honestly be over the moon. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you all have a very good rest of your day, guys. I'm going to call it a night there. So, yeah, Lucasfilm Games announced today, which is great. Really exciting. Like, I mean, they've been here for a very long time, so it's not it could be basically nothing, but it could also mean quite a lot for the future of Star Wars games. It does seem to be that way. But yeah, video talking about that. Then stream-wise, not sure when it'll be. It could be Wednesday, but yeah. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is free with PS Plus this month. If anyone is interested, yeah, I've added it to my library. I pretty much always add PS Plus games to my library just in case. Yeah, I can imagine there's loads of stuff you can do in those games. To be fair, and I may well get onto those things eventually, but at the moment it's kind of, I don't really feel like I have a lot of time just with content making and uni and stuff like that. But Isaac, it was a pleasure to see you again. Hope you have a good rest of your week, and I hope you have a good rest of your week, everyone, as well. It's always a pleasure. So yeah, thank you all very much.